Hello, everybody. What's going on? My name is Joseph. I'm going to be your low budget host of the day, and today I've got a kind of entertaining, kind of depressing Cloud World type story for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and let's just get into this, shall we? This is from Reuters. Biden wants voters to judge his energy level, not his age. President Joe Biden sought to reassure Democratic voters who have doubts about whether the 79-year-old should run for re-election, while also saying in an interview that he could drop dead tomorrow. Yeah, very reassuring, I might add. Already the oldest president in American history, Biden would be 86 if he served out a second term. He has repeatedly said he will run for re-election in 2024, even as many Democrats have questioned whether the party should support a younger candidate instead. Whether they should support, they should if they want to keep people my age in their party, which I hate to admit this, but there are quite a few people, at least where I live, who are my age that definitely lean that direction, as much as that aggravates me. But they don't support Biden at all. They like people like AOC, like Bernie Sanders, weirdly enough. AOC's the most popular now because she's obviously younger and a bit more on the energy level that that students my age want. Personally, I don't support any of them. But anyways, in September, Biden publicly sought out Jackie Walorski, an Indiana congresswoman who died in a car accident the previous month, seeming to forget that she had passed away. Seeming to forget? He clearly forgot she had passed away because he kept calling out her name several times. Here's a quote from Biden himself. I'm in good health. All my everything physical about me is still functioning well. So, and mentally too. Did that make any sense at all? Anyways, the president, who will turn 80 next month, said in an interview with MSNBC that aired on Sunday. Biden said he would be judged based on his current vigor on the job, rather than his age, though he acknowledged the issue is a legitimate voter worry. Okay? I am a great respecter of fate. I could get a disease tomorrow. I could, drop dead tomorrow. In terms of my energy level, in terms of how much I'm able to do, I think people should look and say, can he still have the same passion for what he's doing? Again, does that make any sense at all? And if they think I do and I can do it, then that's fine. If they don't, then they should vote against me. Not against me. They should encourage me not to go, but that's how I feel. This guy can't even complete a full sentence and or a complete thought whenever he's talking. This, uh, man. And of course he's president of our country. So this next story has to deal with this as well. Newsweek. Joe Rogan says Biden has dementia, clear evidence of cognitive decline. On the most recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, this was back on October the 14th, so this isn't recent anymore. Host Joe Rogan didn't pull any punches in regard to his opinion about President Joe Biden's fitness for office, saying he feels the president is showing signs of dementia. Rogan made the comments on the podcast with guest Eliza Schlesinger, pointing out Biden's recent gaffe where he called out for Representative Jackie Walorski, despite the fact that she died in a car crash almost 2 months prior. When comedian Schlesinger pointed out a funny line of Biden's, Rogan got started on Biden's mental health. He's so gone. He's effing got dementia, Rogan said. There's no if or buts about it. If you talk to any person who treats people with dementia and show them what he used to be like versus what he is like now, there's clear evidence of cognitive decline. This is true. I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched a past video of Biden talking before, but he's actually he's a decently good speaker. He's always been kind of a weird speaker and very good at lying. He's always been really good at lying and always been really good at plagiarism, but he was clear and he could form a sentence. Now, it's really difficult to listen to him talk because he will say something, a new thought will pop in his head, he'll go back to that new thought, completely forget about what he was trying to talk about. There's no knowing what he was going to talk about in the first place because nothing makes sense when he talks. So, next part. There's some sort of cognitive decline, Rogan continued. See that thing where he's calling the other day, "Where's Jackie? Where's Jackie?" And this Jackie lady has been dead for a month. Walorski died in a car crash on August 3rd, 2022, when she was involved in a head-on collision near Napini, Indiana. Two of her staff members, communications director Emma Thompson and her district director Zachary Potts, also died in the incident. During the conversation about Biden on the Joe Rogan Experience, Schlesinger didn't comment on the president's state of mind, but Rogan continued, "He doesn't have all his faculties in order." Yes, people knew that going into the election. People knew that going into the election, and it's only deteriorated with pressure and stress and age. That stuff doesn't get better as you get older, it gets worse. Rogan added, "He's old as bleep, such a silly man, he's always been silly." Rogan is the first person to claim Biden is suffering from dementia, as Republicans have suggested it for years. During the 2020 presidential election campaign, Trump said a slip-up by Biden in which he forgot Mitt Romney's name was evidence of his dementia was getting worse. Joe has never been a nice or a kind guy, so it's easier to find this obvious and rapidly getting worse dementia unacceptable for USA, Trump wrote in a tweet on October 13th, 2020. Later in October of the same year, a billboard was put up in Fayette County, Pennsylvania, which made the same claim, though it spelled dementia incorrectly. Biden's dementia is worsening. He is not fit, the billboard said, featuring pictures of Biden and his then running mate Kamala Harris. I really have a hard time understanding why Democrats seem to be denying this in the first place. Not all of them. There are actually quite a few Democrats now who I know, or at least some people my age that I know, who are just kind of watching this in utter horror because this isn't what they voted for. What they voted for probably was progressive stuff, like what Buttigieg and what are the other more progressive candidates? I can't remember who they were. What Buttigieg and Yang and Sanders were preaching. That's what those people voted for. What they did not vote for was a crumbly old codger who doesn't have his faculties in order, clearly. This dude, again, cannot string an entire speech together, and when he does string an entire speech together, it's usually a speech written out by his staff members that he reads off of a teleprompter. And I get it, a lot of speeches are written out by staffers. That is kind of how it goes with a lot of presidents. However, if this guy goes off script, it's a disaster. It's a train wreck. He can't go off script because he can't think of anything because his brain is starting to deteriorate. And having a personal experience with dementia, I can tell you this is not going to get any better. This guy should not be president. And I feel bad for him because, in a way, because I have seen what dementia does to people. It is one of the worst experiences you can ever have if you are somebody who has ever experienced it. It is horrible to watch. It's horrible to watch somebody lose their personality, lose everything about themselves. It really is. And the fact that we elected somebody like that is even worse. So, at the end of the day, just try not to deny what is right in front of you. That's all we're asking for is don't deny the obvious. Don't deny that our current president has issues, because he does. And I really hope that he is dissuaded from running. And if he does run, okay, then I hope to God somebody trounces him in the election. Because right now, what we have is way above what he can handle mentally. But anyways, that is my rant of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and just have a good rest of your week. Goodbye.